That's a clever trick.
It's us.
How did you put us all in the same time?
That's a magic of streaming. Hello everyone, this is the magic of streaming, your favorite stream show from Callstack every Thursday. Kevin, Łukasz, and Luke, apparently. Luke Farell. Hey man.
Good to see everyone. It's great to be here.
I noticed that you didn't dance for the intro, which is required. So I'm gonna play the intro again. Nice. Nice. You passed the test. Yeah. Okay. Woo! Good to be back. I haven't live streamed for a few weeks. I was pretty busy, but Kevin took the charge and he filled in for me, my beautiful co-host, with his beautiful bald head.
I basically turned this stream into AI topics all around. So there were 3 weeks of AI this, AI that, and it was actually fun. There were fun topics. But today,
any particular one that I should rewatch?
I mean, all of them were fun.
Which guest was the worst?
The worst?
Yeah, the one that you were like, oh, come on, man, just like stop talking. No, don't answer.
I'd say it would be me. Usually, it's usually me because I'm going like, I just know that I should stop talking and let others talk. And Ryan is here, so we can officially start now.
Yeah, we can start.
Hello,
we were
Ryan.
Waiting for you.
Good to have you. So overall, the worst stream, not like the worst guest, the worst stream was with Danny, and we were trying to set up the OpenClaw. And everything that could go wrong went wrong. I presented some API keys by accident. I was panicking the whole time, and we didn't set up the OpenClaw. We didn't actually learn a lot, and it was a disaster. So
I had something very similar at the very beginning of our live streaming journey a year ago. Me, Ola, and I think Szymon Chmal, we set up this live stream that had this beautiful name, beautiful title, Your Ultimate React Native Development Machine. Because I just got my new laptop from Callstack and I was like, let's set it up on live stream. It went for 2 hours and we got nowhere at the end because I was downloading Xcode. I didn't have any of my shortcuts. I didn't have any of my shell powers. So and people in the comment were like, this topic is how do you say that?
Sucks.
Well, yeah, basically. What are we talking about today?
Well, as usual, we're covering the news in general.
Just use Expo.
Yeah, but the main topic would be the Expo UI, and I'm hyped and not hyped in the same time, because just like Dennis said in the comment, is that trying to play around with this a couple of days ago and it didn't work, and I have exactly the same experience with that. So a bunch of building issues, a bunch of problems. Hopefully it will work.
Wait. So it's not SwiftUI that's still in beta and you have problems with. It's Expo UI that is using SwiftUI under the hood. SwiftUI is not beta, right? SwiftUI is just this
it's just like a library just exposed.
But SwiftUI is still beta, right? And Jetpack Compose is in alpha, right?
Is it? I thought Jetpack Compose is around for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jetpack Compose in relation to Expo UI. Expo UI extension of Jetpack Compose.
But Kevin, you remember we played with Expo UI and SwiftUI already on the live stream back in the summertime, where we were trying to do what exactly? What were we trying to do with it? I know that we've been using it for something in relation with Reanimated. No, with something. I don't know what. Glass thing from iOS?
Yeah, we're trying Glass UI.
Yeah.
The how's it called? Liquid Glass.
Liquid
Glass.
Liquid Glass, Steve Jobs UI, Team Apple.
What a great UI update, Liquid Glass. Accessibility community went insane.
Well, the funny thing is that everyone is copying this now, and like you see it everywhere.
But in full honesty, it kind of slowly started to grow on me.
Everyone
So,
said
I feel like it's every time with Apple. They come up with something, everyone's like, that's super bad. Like, and then a year later, everyone's like, actually, kind of tight.
Not everything, but yeah, more or less.
I mean, yeah, like even I've talked with a couple of people, and people even went back on those Apple Magic Mouses, which I hate.
For real?
Yeah, like because they had the design with the plug at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And people are like, well, after 1 minute you have 3 hours of work, so what's the problem? You just plug it in, go make a coffee. I mean, okay, fair enough, I can stand behind that, but I have massive hands, and on those Magic Mouses I basically feel like I'm scraping the desk with my hand, and it's annoying. Yeah, I hate it. I straight up hate it.
How about we introduce Luke?
That's a dope idea.
Yeah. Luke, who are you? Where are you coming from? What do you do? What's the name of your newsletter?
What's up? So I'm Luke Farell. I'm a senior engineer at Callstack, and I also write a newsletter called the React Native Rewind, which some people may know, which is its own little opinionated type of update kind of piece. And we make pretty good memes, you know. I'm a real React Native memer. I think I've made over 100 React Native memes.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Is there a page that we can look at them?
You'd have to go from the newsletter, but I think at one point we're going to make like a big gallery of all the memes, so you can just kind of go on a web page and just click different memes, and some are good, some are quite dad type jokes, and some are terrible.
Okay. So Kevin, are we looking at newsletters today, or you are jumping straight into the VS Code or Cursor with newest Expo SDK 55 and SwiftUI?
No, I would start with the news.
So let's open up this rewind thing that Luke was talking about. Let's see if he made any typos.
Wait. 1 second. I'm gonna.
When was the last edition release of this newsletter? Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? What is it?
It's weekly.
Okay. Do you publish every the same day of the week?
Yeah, goes out at Tuesday 9 a.m.
Tuesday 9 a.m. Spanish time.
So wait, what is the name?
It's called
Rewind.
The React Native Rewind.
Got it.
Will you do the honors of screen sharing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just trying to every newsletter has. Oh, actually, it was much simpler this time.
Oh, one disclaimer. So I have this hat. Both are fine, right?
Both are fine.
So, and it says Expo on it. I'm not affiliated with Expo in any way. I love them, but this is just the cap that I got on some conference somewhere, and I really like it, and I felt it be appropriate.
That's what you do if you eventually want to get hired by a company. Just wear the cap everywhere.
I did it with Callstack. So 5 years ago, I had a podcast which was in Polish, was around React Native, JavaScript, React, web development, all of that. And I would bring up call stack every week. Every week on that podcast when I was on, I would talk about call stack, and they noticed and they hired me. Thank you so much. And it's been 5 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So basically, jammed yourself into the.
Yeah, like dress for the job that you want, kind of.
Fair
deal,
enough.
right?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so should we begin?
Oh yeah, let's start with the meme.
Actually, maybe before we begin, there's this one dope game I found last week when we were streaming with Mike, and it's React Component API game.
Whoa! Oh, I saw that. I was playing
cool.
around with it, and I would like be, I don't know, like 2 out of 3 correct or less than that.
So let's quickly go through as a warm up.
Yep.
To
Let's do
get
that.
our minds into React Native. So pick a better component API. Which is it, the button props or the enum button variant that goes
A.
into button props? A.
B.
A, but I can't explain why. But enums are evil, I think. Like,
I would also go with A, because like putting this into enum doesn't give you anything basically. Like unless there will be more types of buttons that all. Okay, Ryan also says B, so I think we are.
it's 2 for 2. Let's see.
Gives you
Yes.
organization and sanity.
Nope, it was A. Enums generate runtime JavaScript objects, require imports everywhere they are used, and make call sites verbose. String unions achieve the same type safety with zero overhead and better ergonomics.
Yeah, enums are evil.
So we already learned something. Pick a better component API. Autocomplete props or autocomplete props with what's the word? Not generative. Generic type, and they have render label. Wait.
Okay, so like what does it do? So the left one returns the display label for an option.
Oh no.
So render
Sorry,
label,
or
get option
label,
and then
render
get option label and the option. B, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a B. Although,
Yeah, of course, this could be. Render functions return GSX. They control what appears on screen. Get functions return data, strings, numbers, booleans. They extract or compute values. MUI follows this strictly. Render options return JSX for the dropdown. Oh, so it's actually for MUI. Okay.
But on like render, what do you think about render functions? Like, I feel like it's an anti-pattern. Didn't like.
I
you know
hate
what?
them.
I don't know anymore, because one of the anti-patterns is don't repeat yourself. But with AI, like it's easier to just tell it, like just rewrite this component in a better style, call it V2, just migrate everything, and you can migrate entire code base in like 5 minutes. So I don't know anymore. And on one hand, render functions are annoying. It's better if you want to write a render function, you should make a component, right? And then just use that component and pass the props to it. But on the other hand, with render functions, they are much simpler for AI to read, learn, and like to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What I remember, the most important part about clean code and those types of rules is write the code that your team agreed upon. So like if you agree on writing this way, you write this way. So now if you work with AI, you write in a way that AI prefers, understands, and like helps you speed up, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
Ryan right away said A. So to do an on delete. So
this one is tricky though.
No, it's
so
not.
Like this is to-do item. In to-do item, I'm getting a function as a prop from parent.
Yeah, it's item, not a component.
Yeah, it's in the item. So in the item, probably you have this like icon, trash icon, and then is it delete or on delete? On delete seems like a callback that happens after
one
something.
point. I think I know. So if I would be writing that component, I would use actually delete, mainly because inside the component, I would have a function on delete that I pass to the pressable or anything like that. And with that, I can extend the functionality to like add animations or do something like this. So I would go with actually the right side with the B. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Delete is a reserved word.
Oh, that's
we got hit by JavaScript right now.
yeah, that's a very cheeky.
Yeah, didn't expect that to come in.
That's the right hook. Oh my god! All right,
Whoa.
we're gonna do so. Of course, pick the
Let's
better
do it
API.
faster. Let's do it a little bit faster.
Yeah.
B.
Oh yeah.
Of
yeah,
course.
Of course. B.
Yeah, definitely.
The is. Oh, I have a. Okay, I told that we'll do it faster, but I have a testimonial about this. So this is primary, is secondary, like this kind of like prop that you add to already complicated component. I think we had component called, I don't know, square tile or something like that, square tile. And then this component, after months and months of development, got a prop saying is round.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if there would be, if it would be like round and then squashed, then you can use a variant.
Yeah, variant of square tile.
Okay, next, of course, better API.
So this is model props.
On close is mounted, is backdrop hidden. So it's.
I think it's. Oh wait, no. Default false.
Oh no, of course, right.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah, because
I think it's right.
You inform about its behavior, but it's mounted and it's backdrop hidden. It's all information that it can track by itself inside.
Yeah, B. But it's because of like the if it's the default is like true, then the prop should be like, okay, disable this. Where if the default is false, it should be enable this. You should like do it the reverse. I believe that's the way, right? Yeah, that's what
I don't know. Like with logic, I hate when logic is reversed. Whenever I see the exclamation mark before something, like I'm already super annoyed because then I don't have to think, okay, is ready, but not is ready, so it's not ready. If it's not ready, then we return early. But if it is not, and yeah, I just glitch out. All right, better component API. Dialog props with internal classes or class names expanded like that.
Well, you still have class name.
I think this code
what would be the classes there? What is under the header, body, footer, overlay, close button?
It's the same here. It's close button class name or
okay. So you would keep the classes strings to attach to elements in that dialog. This is like awful API on both ends.
That's A, but I still go with A.
I would go with A as well. Just like if you are
what? Okay. 5 separate class names props clutter the component's API surface.
Yeah, it's cluttered already. If you are passing down 5 different class names for like child components of this component.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is B? Like, this is terrible.
But it does actually have a point that mixed in with functional props like title and close. So you have a lot of these class names, but otherwise you can just have classes, and then inside classes you have autocomplete with all of the options. So it does make sense.
I feel like this needs a third option,
Yeah. Both are wrong.
Like just Fernando Rojo's face and composition API,
Yeah. So other title, subtitle, icon name, actions, children, footer, text, or everything passed in as a node.
The B one, that's the composition, right? That's almost a composition.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I mean it's not, because you pass components as props, but like it's
Okay,
better
the
to pass
comments-
components as props instead
comments
of
agree.
like passing all of those different actions for those components.
B.
How can you compare these APIs? They have two different implementation deals. Like it really depends. Like, do you need a string for title, or do you need like a complex component for title? This is not apples and oranges.
That's
Oh.
header. That would be header, right? So for header, you pass the header,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah, I see.
already
Okay.
composed of title and subtitle and probably like icon, and
Yeah.
then those actions probably go to header and footer and all of that.
Yeah,
And
it makes
just a
sense.
quick hello to RS and hello to Infinity Rate of Change. Good to have you here. And
Okay, we are almost done with the riddles.
yeah, almost done with the riddles.
Whoa, this one is big.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's what she said.
So,
So either editor handle that has a lot of props and an editor that has few, or
well,
no,
that's the
that's
same. That's two
that's-
interfaces: editor handle and editor props. Editor hand. What?
oh, so I guess the handle would be for like imperative handling. So from somewhere else, so you can focus, blur, and scroll to line, or
Yeah.
get value, set value, focus, blur, get selection, set selection, undo, redo. So I'd say A.
Yeah, because the selection is controlled via props.
Yes. Imperative handle should only expose what can't be done through props. I even nailed the imperative handle.
Yeah.
I know the lingo.
Nice.
And one before the last. So data, render item, and empty state, or data, render, and empty.
Left one.
Yeah, A.
Left one.
Yeah, and also it has index, right? The right one doesn't have index.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, but like it's still A for like React Native purposes.
yes.
Scripted.
So render the item is specific. Render what item, and it has an index. Yeah. And the last one before we
This is the
dive
last one,
into the
okay.
news.
Data table process. I hate data. I hate tables.
I hate data. I hate tables. I hate chairs. I hate doors.
Well, it's right one. It's render row.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
This left one is like some monster you'll find deep in the code base, you know.
Children all the weight. So you have table
Your
and
children are a render function.
It looks like something that could have columns. Like if I would want to make grouped table somehow.
No, it's a render function. You provide a render function as a children. So you open your data table component, and then you open brackets, and then you just write an anonymous function there.
So B, right? It's B. So
I think it's B.
Of course. Table as filtering. Yeah. Great. See results, and we are 7 out of 10 naming Ninja, and those 3 that we missed, it's fault of the comments. Yeah, 100%. So guys, it's on you. We were quiet. Of course, I'm joking. It's all Łukasz's fault. So going back to covering the news, we have our reporter in the field. Luke is going into the newsroom.
Yeah,
I'm onto the newsroom now. I'm about to get there.
Okay, so we'll learn. The comments. There are 2 types of commenters. One said sorry, and second said that it's not nice to put blame on them, and both are correct. They should be both sorry, and it was easy to put blame on you. So AA skills and drag and drop magnum opus. So Actually, since we have a creator, wow, that was since we have a creator of this newsletter, maybe we
You
can
forgot
go
its name, right? You forgot the
No.
name of the newsletter, Kevin.
No, why? Why? I just wanted to get a
Just
small
joking, man.
to TLDR version. So because what are those sections about?
Yeah, so this week we covered the release of Drag and Drop Library 2.0.
I believe that it should be Dungeons and Dragons, but okay.
Yeah, when I say D&D, I always say Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons. Which
I wish there would be. God damn, why there is no React Native Dungeons and Dragons? So
yeah,
cool.
that would be awesome. Build vibe code React Native Dungeons and Dragons. Cool project.
Ooh, nice.
One shot it with Claude.
And so you can have one game master with all of the data on the phone, and everyone else have that would be dope. Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons.
React Native Dungeons and Dragons. It basically lets you build a React Native Dungeons and Dragons game because the drag and drop here is so powerful. Although I was notified of another very powerful drag and drop library, which I'll get the name of now, which is kind of like a competitor to this library and is also very impressive. Just as some context, people who are joining like the React Native space now, like you have to understand like how much of a pain drag and drop has been for like a decade.
Oh, yeah.
And just like how many libraries have tried to tackle this. And when you like integrate React Native Sortable, which React Native Sortable, and I think Shopify built that, or maybe it's not, I don't know.
It's something like this on the right? The sortable, so you can sort the items inside the animated flat list.
Yeah. So Sortable was like probably the best library out there for this kind of stuff, although it still didn't cover like a lot of use cases of drag and drop. And a lot of drag and drop handling, you just had to kind of like home roll, and it was good fun. I remember building a drag and drop system like 6 years ago in React Native, or 5 years ago, and it took me like a week to build this feature, which had this drag and drop of like dragging like cards and reordering them by time, and having it like update database calls when you're reordered stuff. So just all to say, you don't understand how spoiled we are right now with the libraries out there. So the competitor library is called React Native Drax. This one looks also really cool. This is basically like a library which seems like it runs on both web.
Wait, I'm gonna quickly put it on the screen. But Drax, like in DRAX, or
yeah, React Native Drax.
Oh, Drax. Okay. Because I wasn't sure if that's Drax or drugs as in drugs, or drags as in drags throughout this across the screen. Like three options.
Which also kind of sounds like almost like a D&D type library, like.
I mean, it's a straight up character from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, the Drax.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be my character in Dungeons and Dragons. I'd call myself Drax.
I would call myself Sortables. Or Certables.
So this is super cool. I've did a little bit of investigation in it, but the cool thing about this is it's also got web support. So you're talking like a library which works iOS, Android, and web for this unified drag handling interface with like building blocks to build draggable, sortable interfaces, fully multi-platform. Yeah, pretty insane.
So when did so 3 days ago, so it's quite fresh and not a lot of stars.
Yeah,
Well,
this
first commits are from 7 years ago.
Oh, so they brought back the project. That's interesting. Okay. No, sorry. This here.
Some
Okay, so
playtime.
yeah, so we have the reanimated D&D and Drax, and for comparison, that was a nice comparison. So there is mixed size grid, non-uniform spans. I didn't even know that reanimated D&D, like that, those don't handle that. And honestly, in the same time, I need to push out some like mixed size grid sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. If I have a table, if I have a list, don't like. If you are giving me the masonry grid, that's fine. That's okay. But I don't believe that masonry grid are that popular now. On Pinterest, maybe. List agnostic, so it doesn't matter if that's okay.
These libraries like to go neck and neck at like basically saying our library is better. No, our library is better than yours. And then soon we'll see a little beef on X, I guess, between these two.
It's like an arms race, right?
Last week there was this small library, and it was only for fade in and fade out, I think, like only for animating enters and exits. And they straight up said, like, if you want animated enters, we are good. For other purposes, use reanimated. Like, don't even bother. And I like the honesty so much.
This is a React Native ease, right?
Yeah. That was library. Yeah.
Yeah.
So drop indicator and UI. It looks like, surprisingly, the Drax has.
Yeah, we're just looking at a table now, which has been built by Drax. So,
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Kevin, if you're not going to use those like right now in the project that you just set up, install both and just play around with it. Let's move on to another subject. I think we've exhausted the potential of having some opinions about drag and drop libraries.
But we got a question from Infinity. So is there a package with progressive blur? And I'm gonna need to ask you for
what's progressive blur?
Yeah, exactly, for a follow-up question.
I mean,
progressive
like
blur.
Progressive blur meaning I can animate the blur value?
Honestly, you can just use reanimated, take a shared value, and then animate the blur amount as you like scroll over something. In my project, we currently have something like when you push the card, the bottom sheet up, iPhone glass blur. So I just think that you take any like library that allows you to do a blur, and then you make it reanimated and you pass the shared value and just animate that.
I don't think it's any library, because a lot of blur libraries have struggled with progressive blur, especially on Android. It's been a major pain point. Although Expo, maybe it's like 2 months ago, I believe, updated Android support in their blur view and added like kind of like a progressive blur to Android, although like it does work. I tested it out and it kind of does do progressive blur, although like it's not as like kind of progressive there as iOS.
I'm with Łukasz actually here. What is the progressive blur? I thought it's a blur that that is progressively increasing, but it's not that, right?
Well, I think by progressive blur, I guess it means that you can kind of like set the blur as like, for example, like 20%. This container blurs this view by 20%. This container blurs this view by 60%, instead of just having a binary like blurred, non-blurred. Because
I heard, I'm quite sure that if I go now Expo Android blur, they mentioned something about blur being fixed with newest Expo.
They did about 2 months ago. They fixed
if you go back to Google and change the typo to actually say blur, you might get a better result.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually check my newsletter. I wrote about this in issue 28. So if you go back and scroll down till I'll give you the title of the issue, it's called Export SDK 55. Scroll down a little bit.
28.
28, yeah. And then scroll down. I believe I wrote about it here. Just a bit further down to blur.
Yeah, Expo blur.
Yeah.
Blur target view.
Yeah, so they just updated it to have like this, and that's a screenshot of it working on Android. So like this like smoother kind of more adaptable blur on Android, which you apparently it was broken and it had some issues, and like apparently like you put the intensity in, but it only like supported like 2 intensities. I'm not sure of the actual details of how it was broken, but apparently it was broken. So they fixed it.
Got it fixed. Now it should be working. So yeah, give it another try, upgrade your Expo, and should be better. So continuing, going from Dungeons and Dragons to how React Native teams ship updates in minutes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna skip the sponsored segments.
Why though? This is how Luke makes his money.
Yeah, I know. But
please read the full sponsor segment line for line. Kevin, tell me you would do it.
Kevin, do your announcer advertiser voice. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read the ad copy. Can I read the ad copy?
Yeah, sure.
How React Native teams ship update in minutes. Shipping a simple React Native fix shouldn't take days of App Store review.
No, it should not.
No.
With code push on B-tries, you can deliver JavaScript and asset updates directly to user in minutes while staying compliant with store policies.
I didn't even know that stores have policies.
Very
Oh, you should read about it in Luke's newsletter.
Oh, and there will be a webinar. Great.
Yeah.
If we can make it, we'll send you the recording. That's great. So React Web and React Native being Spider-Mans, pointing at each other, meaning in meme language, Łukasz, I'm going to translate it for you. It means that React Web thinks that React Native is React Web and React Native thinks that React Web is React Native, because they basically are getting more and more similar. So React Native view, what is the view shot?
I don't know. But if I've been in React Native space for a while, I should know.
You don't know what ViewShot is. ViewShot is like a library which I think it's like 8 years old.
Oh, okay. So like you take a screenshot of your component structure and like it creates a PNG or whatever.
Yeah, it's like taking a screenshot of like somewhere in your
in a component tree. I used it. I'm not sure if this one specifically, but I've used it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this was the only one for a long time.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
But
yeah,
like,
right. It was like a screenshot, but it's a view shot.
Yeah.
I think a cool reason that I wanted to use it was for performance reasons. So imagine that you want to not mock, but like show a picture of your UI for that particular device as it would render on that particular device. You can't really produce that image on the fly because each device is different and it will render the same UI differently. So you would take that screenshot on device and then you can just like change it. You can change screenshot and clear UI, the rendered UI, and it's gonna be 1-to-1. And like you can use that if you don't want to maybe render that UI anymore because it's like too expensive or whatever. I don't remember the exact case that I tried to solve with it, but like it was something like that where you had to take a screenshot on device so that it's pixel perfect for that device.
That's super cool. Do you want to know my use case? I tried to solve with this like 8 years ago. So about, I think 7 or 8 years ago, I was building an app which would let you design printed chocolate with a business where I'm from in Newcastle. And back then we would like build in the React Native app, where you would build like, you would put some text and stuff, and like you'd get like a generated thing on the screen of what like your chocolate would look like, and then obviously what the like design looks like. And it was basic design. Basically, you kind of upload an image to it, and we wanted to take like a view shot of that to like basically display to the users, and kind of like it was the best way to like send that off to be printed.
Yeah.
So
And it's like exactly what you see is what you get. Like
Yeah.
this is the UI that you created on your phone, and like this is the exact bitmap of that UI. Nothing get lost in parsing and translation.
but it has its limitations, this type of thing, because it basically is you don't get a high resolution PNG. So for printing, it's not the best.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's taking a screenshot of the screen, so you're capped at resolution of the screen, you know, I believe.
Oh.
No, you can output higher resolution.
Achilles said that he uses it with RN Share for movie reviews. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it makes sense actually to use it with React Native Share, yeah. And I used it to take a photo of your QR code generated by a process so the user can share it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, this one...
I never had a use case to use that, I guess. It's kind of funny that it goes out of the screen like 3D.
What is
screen.
this? What are we looking at right now?
This is a library which is potentially could also be used as a view shot. It's a newer library which allows you to not just take a screenshot of the screen. It allows you to take a recording of the component hierarchy, so you can make videos from your component hierarchy. So, for example, this example is basically an animation sequence which happens in the app, and then what's happening behind the scenes is that a recording is being done of that animation sequence, so people could then share that animation sequence. Basically,
this is very similar to React. How is it like? What's the from Johnny Burger library from Johnny Burger?
You lost me completely.
Fuck. React something that you can like use React to create videos from animations. Oh man, I should know that because I like. Okay, I'm gonna search Johnny Burger Remotion.
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 This one is pretty cool, and like it does the same thing, but it has a lot of like they have cloud now, and like basically the use case for Remotion, and I guess not so much for this because like this is on your particular device, but imagine that you have some. I think the use case that they shared is you have a marathon, right? You have 10,000 runners running in a marathon, and like you can have for each of them individual video recording, shareable video recording of their time, of their like time lapse or whatever on the map, their dot running on the map, and it can all be done from one script, and that one script can deliver 10,000 videos for 10,000 users. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so it's like you can personalize them.
Yeah, exactly. And like imagine like you can have like social media bots that are gathering the news from React Native space, and like each day it will produce for you 5 stories for Instagram or for TikTok in foremost videos, just like taking titles of news, like headlines of news, and like small tags and maybe an icon for the library, and like you just post it automatically.
Wow. Paired with AI, that's going to be wild.
Sorry, I was in the meanwhile I was slowly scrolling through. So there is a new keyboard controller.
Not new. This is just an update to keyboard controller. Just
okay.
fix specific issues around chat interfaces, and I believe it also calculates keyboard offset pattern automatically. So there's a few cool stuff there as well for those who are interested in their keyboard.
It's so amazing that after so many years, there are still exactly the same issues across
Well,
all devices.
to
Everything's
the
getting
to the point of Luke from the beginning of the live stream, you have no idea how easy you have now. Like keyboard handling used to be much more painful than it is now. And like this library, I think I know the author of this library. We met in Krakow for App.js, and he lives in Warsaw as well. And he works at Margello, I think. So
Right. Margello.
the issues that he's fixing now are like you know, the edge case, maybe not the edge cases, but something that you can solve now because you take for granted all of the work that has been done over the past 5 years on it, because like 5 years ago the keyboards were a pain in the ass.
Well, just look at this GIF. Like, just scroll down and look at the example. Like, just tell me, can you even notice a difference here? If you look hard enough, there is a difference, and the benefit here is like so minimal. So just to highlight, like, what's actually being solved right now is like just the icing on the cake. It's the perfection, you know.
I remember some time ago we had a code meetup in Callstack, and one of the presenters was presenting some animated lists, and he was very proud about, you know, the creation, and he wanted to present like back to back two animations and be like, you know, oh, guess which one is native and which one is written with React Native. And he was so proud from this example. And then he started presenting, and there was some weird issue with the slides, not the slides, what's the projector, with the projector, and it was lagging so hard. It was unwatchable. He was like watching slides. So he was like, you know, before presenting, he was so proud of that. I felt sad about
but like
it.
I get the point of this. Like the keyboard is hiding more naturally together with the UI and not like at two separate parts, right?
And there's also, do you see the kind of the jank on the first before? Just look as the keyboard opens.
Yeah.
That's what's being solved.
You know what? One part of me understands that and appreciates that, and I love it. It's great. The other part of me says, Kevin, you still have hard limited 60 hertz on your phone. Like I have my iPhone and I hard limited the 60 hertz. I don't need 120. So I don't know. I think I just always looked at, you know, usability of the app and not really on like fluid motion and, you know, so smooth. I don't care about
Kevin,
smooth.
I have a link that I want you to open, okay?
Yes, old man yelling at cloud. I believe.
Give me a moment. Don't spoil it. I'm gonna send it on Slack, okay?
Okay.
Yep. And please just like show it to everyone right now. Like just
clicking. Wait, I'm gonna
click on the link and
of course,
show it
of
on
course. Yes.
this
Okay.
screen.
Yes. Okay.
Can you repeat all of the statements that you just like said?
Yes, I have my phone hard coded to 60 hertz, and also I have my my phone screen turned to black and white because brain, I care about it.
Okay, guys, listen to this. I need to drop in around, let's say, 40 minutes, something like that. Let's do the Expo thing.
Okay.
Dive into Expo UI instead of talking about tiny little jankiness.
Let me stop sharing and share screen.
Okay, look, you can now ask the question that you asked us right before the live stream.
Okay, so here's the question. Expo UI via Jetpack Compose and SwiftUI is going to change the way we architect components to a certain extent. So the whole way we've architected components is that you build a single component for iOS and Android, and mostly that component is shared across iOS and Android. I don't know about your guys' experience, but in my experience, there's been a very, very, very rare cases, maybe it's like 0.001% of cases, where I've had to have a separate component with an iOS and Android extension, because mostly you just kind of have the system theme and everything, and then maybe it's themed differently at a higher level, but the actual components, the implementation stays almost the same, and visually it's kind of almost the same, even though you might have like separate set of styles sometimes. Now that's going to change with Expo UI. When you're using it, you're going to have separate implementations for iOS and Android, you know, and you're going to manage those kind of UI implementations on maybe that like library of more complicated UI components separately, because they're going to kind of be underpinned by different technologies.
So
yeah,
React should update their slogan from write once, use everywhere to write 1.5 times and use almost everywhere. It's much easier than writing a native component for each use case. So it's basically, I look at it as a library that exposes for me a closer access to a component. And I don't know. I said it so many times on the streams. I feel like technology always makes those weird way. Just for I wanted to put on the old man, but like technology always makes those huge loops, right? And like with most of the languages, when they are created, they are usually very, very abstract, and they are created for a specific purpose. And then people ask for more flexibility. So the implementation gets like additional lower level, functions exposed and more lower level access, and then people want even more and more, and then they want to because with the good language you invite people who are experienced with programming and they like the language and they want to do more and more, and with levels of abstraction you will at some point hit a limit. So they want lower level, and at the end of the day, most of the languages end up being so similar to C++ and to all of those low-level languages. And I feel like this is exactly the same, because we will still have to write a separate, like it will be shared implementation, but not really. And then Expo UI, I bet they will also add like HTML UI, so you can, instead of using React Native Web, you can use Expo UI, and it's so many tools, so many tools.
I really feel like we should be looking at that image. Okay, I'm gonna take over. I agree with Dennis, who just said designers can adjust some components for each platform's XUI can be useful for this separation, and also not for all elements, but for some specific. I agree with this. Like your statement is that we will end up with all components. Maybe you didn't say that, but like that was the implication, that it's gonna diverge so much that like we're gonna lose the spirit of React almost. I wouldn't be so dramatic. This is a really nice addition of low-level control for platforms specifically. And I imagine in some cases you can do things with, I know that you can do some things with SwiftUI that you were not able to do with React Native, and bridges between React Native and Swift. For example, that Glass UI, Liquid Glass, that is built with SwiftUI. So like you can build some components, like atomic components for your application with Expo UI on Android and iOS that look differently. They conform to platform standards and platform design language, and then you expose them to your regular React Native code and you use them as usual. So like I don't see the reason for Expo UI, I don't see it as let's just like move away from unified code base. It's more of a let's bring a much more flexibility for developers to use those like platform differences, because like you can do that now, because like you can do Jetpack Compose and SwiftUI on the native layer and just bridge it to React Native. So this is just like removing, it's adding a layer of abstraction, yes, but it's removing this glue layer that you would have to like do on your own on native side.
Yeah, and bringing it closer to actually feeling like truly native.
Yeah, and like honestly, I don't know like I'd have to play around with it in order to like come up with some examples that this could be useful to. But from the projects that I work with recently, I see that more and more designers try to embrace the platform more. When React Native came out, every React Native app was like very uniform for both platforms, and those like platform differences were not really visible because React Native was really new technology, and like no one had time to like create two separate variants of the same component. Right now it's changed to a point where like platform differences and platform design language is really important for users, maybe. So like let's just use that. I don't know.
I might be a little bit crunchy now because I run the apparently you can't use this with Expo Go, so I'm just running the build, the production build, the development build. Sorry.
Can you, Kevin? Can you do one thing?
I can do even more things. Yeah.
Can you tell us what you have on the screen here? Like, what is this code that you're showing? Show us the package JSON.
Just
maybe.
for you, that's called an IDE.
Oh, okay. So that's colorful letters is the IDE.
Yes, and I colored them myself. So, in a very simple terms, I just run npx create app from Expo, because we used to have this experiments app that we were using all the time, but it was using Expo 54. So I don't know why I thought it will be different, but I ran, Expo create latest, bam, it was using 54. So in the meanwhile, I upgraded to 55. And and the build failed because I should also, I believe, use the pre-build call. Expo pre-build clean, npx expo pre-build clean, of course. So the problem that I see here with the Expo components, I still didn't wrap my head around it, but it feels like the problem is rebuilding the app because it uses a lot of those native components. So then it says that this one. So you cannot use SwiftUI and Expo UI with Expo Go. So in order to do that, you need to build the app locally by yourself by using the npx expo pre-build clean. So it basically takes all of those native parts, native components, and it builds the app for you. Without this, it will only be getting the parts that Expo gives you, like wrapped in a box, right? So we have an Expo right in a box, and they have all of the batteries included, all of the nice, cool things you might want in your app. But if you want the Expo UI, you need to add this, and that's basically a native part. So they don't have this in their box. So you need to attach it to the box. So you need to pre-build this by yourself, and you can't use Expo Go because Expo Go only works on the box, on the small thing that they give you pre-built and prepared. So now I'm let's check, because I did the pre-build and now I'm doing the npx expo run iOS. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will take the build from the thing I built just now instead of using the ready to go expo go. Oh my god, there are so many redundant words. Ready to go expo go, pre-build, prepared, pre-prepared, pre-build, and everything. So hopefully, fingers
You're
crossed,
doing
it will
great.
work now.
You're
And
really good with those words.
I try my best. Words almost always fail me. But yeah, looks like I had
Expo fails you as well.
yeah, the same problem.
You
So
got
the problem is Expo UI info plist with derived data. Run iOS thing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do my
Sorry, so you did create Expo app latest,
Yeah, that's a
and it
fresh
gave you 54?
yes.
How about you do next?
What do next?
I mean, create Expo app
At
next. At next, not at latest.
I mean, let's just try to work this out, because you can see Dennis
I
has
hate
the same
debugging.
problem.
I'd rather nuke
There is
everything and
no
start
such
over.
directory for build.
Just delete your derived data.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to actually do. So just delete the iOS here.
It's
Plonk.
not only the iOS, it's derived
the
data.
disk.
It's on your
Yeah.
system.
On your system.
Oh, it's derived data.
Yeah.
If you have minisim,
You want to do like a RM hyphen RF, remove this path, basically RM hyphen RF, then copy the path, users, library, developer, Xcode, derived data, that full path.
Why doesn't it use the clean? I mean, I run the Expo pre-built clean.
And
the
because-
clean one only acts on your local folder structure, like in this project, not on your system.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I think if because this is a new project, it's probably
Kevin, do you have minisim?
I'm gonna send it.
What's that?
Minisim is a library, a project, a program from Oskar Kwaśniewski that allows you on macOS to run different simulators for iOS and Android. And also it has this clear Xcode derived data shortcut there.
I don't have it.
Okay, so just do what Luke said. RM, RF,
I'll send it around.
path.
So
On
this
Slack.
path.
I'll send
The users Kewin Wereszczyński library developer Xcode derived data. No, derived data. Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
that.
just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, make sure you point to that path, not RM.
You know what? One second. Let me stop sharing. Most importantly,
Ooh.
because I want to go like a big boy. I want to enter my Finder. I want to find the data, and I want to remove it by clicking remove.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm
That's
all
cool.
for the terminal. I love terminal, but not. Whenever I have to use RM, nah.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say, let's watch you delete your full users
Yeah,
direct.
exactly. So I'm nah. Show the contents. Open up the derived data, and also inside Xcode, I'm pretty sure that
There is a button, but it's
there is
really
a
hidden.
button. I'm
Yeah, you
gonna
have to put it
find it.
You have to click like 5 different things in order to find that
Yeah,
Window,
clean button.
devices, and
anyone knows actually where it is, and they always move it with every update. They just move
For
it,
real?
yeah, to a different place.
They really don't want you to fix your builds.
oh,
Nah, I
file
think that-
packages. No, not yet. Service settings. God damn. Locations. Fuck. Components.
Just do create Expo app at next.
But what will it change actually?
I don't know. I think you messed up.
No,
in
it will not change
upgrading
anything.
Expo.
Nah, no way. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna enter. What is the? Because I have all of the. I have the full path, so I need to just enter the users, which was here, and then library, which is here, and then developer, which is here. I love when they hide everything like this.
Well, it says that Expo SDK 55 is the latest. Let me try to create the project.
It doesn't
Xcode.
work. I tried it the other day. You say at latest, and it brings down 54 for some reason. Still, so I think you need to add next.
So yeah, it's not my fault, and I just removed the derived data. Voila. And let me, in this case, bring back the shared screen. Now I feel more comfortable. So again, Expo, pre-build, clean. Oh, why did you hit my screen? Oh, it's
Because
appearing.
you shared it on the wrong one.
Yeah, so Dennis, you have to enter the path and remove derived data. Or if you want, you can write in the comment a short tutorial about finding a button inside Xcode that removes derived data. I remember, and listen, I'm an old man, but believe me when I say, once I saw and used this button. So I do know it exists. The mythical derived data delete button.
It's a legend.
Yes, it hangs around the same area as unsubscribe from Photoshop.
And cancel.
Oh my
Amazon.
God, yeah, Ryan, yeah, we need an MCP for Expo. That would be great. Although I would get the same if I would ask the OpenCL. It's located in settings locations.
Oh no.
Oh, it's the same issue.
No, this is not fun. This is not.
And
fun.
that's really weird because I did actually build it in my other project. It failed on a different path, a different part, but so.
Oh
Expo
shit! I just created a project with next, and it still brings in Expo 54033 on the next as well.
Yeah. So wait,
What?
so for some reason, okay, looks like it's just a configuration issue. So inside app.json, I have iOS here, and maybe it will work if I'm gonna add info list with like anything, just a description. Because looks like it didn't get the info list. So maybe if I'll add this to app.json in pre-build step, it will actually create an empty folder file or anything like this. And if this will not work, I'm gonna just touch it.
Do you like? Did you add the node modules and did the npm not node modules the Expo UI package through npm install? Did you do the npm install?
I did npx expo install. Should work the same, doesn't it? You know what? I'm going to npm install. Just go. And it worked.
Well,
now,
yeah.
Yes, I know something changed, but I don't know what. Let's not make it angry.
It's one of those streams, isn't it?
Yeah,
where we
as
try
I said,
hard for 1.5 hours and then
we get
go
so
home.
far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Wow, I know this song. It's
doesn't
from
even
famous
matter.
speakers.
It's from Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like. No, wait, I don't want to make it shy. Just
Don't say anything.
yeah, just go ahead. Just work.
Just stare at it.
Pray to Xcode.
Gods of Apple.
Yes. The Xcode ones specifically, you know. Not the reviewer gods, the Xcode ones.
Yeah.
We have a very specific requests today for the app to build.
Who is responsible for engineering at Apple? Like responsible for Xcode and Swift and stuff like that.
They have the guy.
Who is responsible for?
Did you see it? I think it passed. I think it went through. No, now it's something different. It cannot find Expo UI module in scope, but we went one step ahead. Oh my God. Do you really? I just had to add info list inside that to make it work. Isn't that's just silly? Am I wrong to say that? I mean, I feel great that I figured this out. I feel smart. But in the same time, something else failed this time. And this time, it failed at Expo modules provider. Cannot find Expo UI module in scope. Expo UI
I still feel
module.
like something is not linking properly.
Yeah, it looks like this. And I think I might know the problem, because looks like I didn't install Expo Dev Client.
It's so interesting that when you do Expo latest, it's still bringing down 54.
Yeah.
Start the bundler, pre-build, build, introduction. Expo UI. Expo UI. Drop in the replacement. Yes. Show me like a overview. Expo UI, overview, installation, guide. Oh, I did install it. Yeah, and in their opinion, it should just whee, so easy. It just works. And it does not. Okay, but we are one step ahead now because there's some other issue. And this time the issue is that Expo UI module doesn't exist in Expo modules provider. So yeah, it looks like it's incorrectly linked. What is responsible for linking those projects? Maybe I should declare it in somewhere in here. Like in dev dependencies, Android, it's build, constants, theme, assets, app. Okay, I'm gonna need some feedback on my ideas here, but I'm just gonna. Oh, so the pre-build failed, right? Did I? Oh my God! I think I didn't. No, did I do the pre-build?
Do you need to add Expo UI as a plugin in the app config?
Well, nobody said in there, like, it's not mentioned in.
Did you do Expo install the UI? Expo UI, right? You did that.
Yeah, here you can see it's in the dependencies.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna, because I think that after running the npm install, I went straight to this without pre-build. So maybe now it will work, because maybe I actually installed Expo UI somewhere else. Because it looks like now it goes through the info p list, and yeah, you see it made the code gen. So, oh my God, I shouldn't have called this Expo. Oh my God. Is it possible that I'm messing this up because I called the project Expo UI?
Nah.
Oh, did I just went a step back? I just went a step back. Oh, I hate it.
I wonder if we can do a Expo, create Expo app at Canary or something like that to hopefully get Expo 55 done. Oh, but you're on Expo 55 apparently, right?
Yeah, I am on Expo 55 and everything works.
Maybe an Expo Doctor command might help you.
How about
so-
the no?
Yeah. I'm running the checks. Oh. Expo router missing peer dependency Expo constants. Well, then install them. Why didn't you install them by like?
Oh, I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Do what?
How to create the
No issues. I'm just gonna go pre-build clean, and I'm gonna run this again.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the command as soon as I run it.
So what is this command?
The template.
Oh, to build the
you
project
have to
again.
do the template default add SDK 55, and then you will create
Oh
the
my
55.
god.
I think it's this. I'm gonna send it to maybe to just to this chat.
Okay, so 1 second. Let me quickly stop sharing the screen for a second, because I need to open a couple of more things. And I don't like to share my main terminal.
So after creating with this, I see Expo 55 in my project. So
My assumption is that it still will not work, honestly.
Well, at least we will cross out one of the possible culprits.
That
right.
I messed up with upgrading.
No, like I mean, between 54 and 55, and then using Expo UI, something might get lost behind just because Expo UI is such an experimental thing, right?
Yeah.
So like it's better to use all of the, standard things and not updating Expo.
Yeah.
Wait, something went wrong in downloading and extracting the project files. It's template default. Oh, sorry, I didn't add the dash. Now it's dashing. Okay, I'm installing. A few seconds, and we'll have the screen sharing back. But I am surprised. I'm really surprised that it's not just working.
Well, if you go to this link, I'm gonna send it to you on Slack. They explain why they don't do that. They say transition period for default projects in Expo Go. Expo Go for the App Store and Play Store will remain on SDK 54 a short window of time following this release, and the default project created with npx create Expo app will continue to use Expo SDK 54 for consistency.
Okay, I opened back my terminal. Sorry, I hid my terminal and I opened back the cursor. And yeah, okay. So we don't have the Expo. So I'm going to npm install expo/UI.
How about you first create a development build and then install Expo UI?
Okay, I'm going to do uninstall Expo.
No, okay, fuck that. Let's see what happens. You know what?
Okay,
I'm
gonna install it back.
But I really want to see this. If we are somewhere further or not.
So I'm doing pre-build, and it's quickly pre-building.
It's quickly
And then I'm
installing Cocoa Pods as quickly as you can do that.
Yes, and my machine is fast. It's faster than my brain.
That's what she said.
Okay, it's not as fast as I hoped. And there are no changes in app.json. There are no changes in package lock. And what? Why? That's a fresh project. That's a fresh build. And I'm now running npm run iOS. Because by default, it's running this. So, yay, it's building. And I'm going to be really disappointed if this doesn't work.
But shouldn't you do this Expo dev client or not?
This is building a dev client.
Okay.
If I would be using Expo Go, I would just use Expo Start, and it starts as with the Go. So it does build underneath, and it is using this iOS build. Auto linking JSON. Let's see if there is the Expo UI.
Well, with the dash, right? And it is.
But it's... Huh. That's weird. Oh, yeah. Okay. No. It makes sense. Okay. So it's Experiment Expo license. Oof. See, this was basically a similar stream was with OpenClaw. It was very similar. So like it should be simple. It should be easy, but then you try to run it and everything
That's
fails.
why estimations for projects are
Yeah,
really
now it
hard.
works.
Because like this should be easy. I have the docs and I have the Expo and I have this new library, but then it's just like something doesn't work.
But you're missing the AI skill.
Yeah. And
But
then
now
somehow you tell your client, we probably should upgrade Expo. You upgrade Expo and it still doesn't work, even though it's Expo 55. But then you install the Expo 55 from scratch using a custom command because for some reason next doesn't work, and now it works.
It passed. It works. So
Yeah.
now in the Explore section, let's just get rid of that.
You know what? I need to drop. Thanks a lot. I will probably rewatch this from this point to see how you did. Thanks a lot. See you maybe next week.
Hear you later.
Bye-bye.
And we're gonna just play around with it a little bit more because I want to at least render the Expo UI, SwiftUI with the host and the button. So that's the simplest we can do, right? Host with the button, with the click me. And no, actually, it does not work like this. Joke's on me, because it will have in text label. Yes. And voila, yay, we just made a simple stuff.
So this is with Expo UI, right?
Yes.
It would be cool to showcase also. Do we have Jetpack Compose support?
Yeah, we should.
I wonder if we
I already have my
side by side.
Android device here. So let me quickly check this out. No way, and I shared too much. I mean, there was nothing actually very important there, but just for my own, thankfully there was nothing here. So I'm gonna hide this, move this out of the screen, and I do recommend, there's this quite nice tool called Screen Copy. Have you used it?
I haven't used it, no. Is it to do with porting your device screen onto your computer, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's very simple, very easy. So I just run it, and where is it? Oh, sorry, the server connection failed because it got I need to reconnect the phone. Yeah. And I need to allow the connection. God damn it. See? One of those days. That's just it. Okay, so we have the Samsung phone here. Let me bring back the screen sharing. Share screen, entire screen, this screen. Okay, we're back in business. So, okay, so here we have two screens, right? So now I'm gonna also do the npm run Android, and I killed the iOS first, because if I would just put A now to open us in Android, it doesn't have the build, right? So before, like I need to kill everything, npm run Android, and then I can just press I to open it on iOS as well, because I already have an iOS build.
Sure.
So it's semi-smart. I mean, it is smart. It works nice, but I feel like it's not really explicitly mentioned anywhere in the docs.
Yeah. All right, like the when you run npm start, and then you can just click the key commands to basically open different simulators.
Yeah. And
for
also,
iOS.
I learned one trick with Command Shift A. You can switch to dark mode.
Wow, that's a cool little life hack. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, Danny taught me this, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I
Wow.
still use it.
Command. Wow, that's nice. I didn't know that.
Command Shift A.
Wow. Okay. Command Shift A for appearance.
Oh, yeah, Shift appear. Oh my God, yes, Shift appearance.
That meme.
I command you to shift appearance. Okay, 91%. We're doing great, guys. How are you holding in the comments? Are you feeling good? I know that for now we're just waiting for stuff to build, and it's annoying, but this is the part of developers' life, right?
So how are you going to do the Jetpack Compose here? Are you going to do like an if statement if iOS run this?
That's kind of the case, because first, I'm very curious about what will happen if I won't do anything. Kind of curious. And what will happen if I'll import two separate hosts, put them in the same file, and how those simulators will handle that.
Yeah, right.
Because you have a great point. Like usually I think I would have Explore, I would make Explore Android and Explore iOS. And inside here, I would basically do if platform iOS, return that, if platform Android, return that. But I don't know if that's a pattern or anti-pattern. So going back to the phone, we have now and they updated the splash screen.
Looks beautiful.
That's fresh. And okay, we have nothing here.
Yeah, it doesn't crash. It's just not.
Yes, and it doesn't crash, which is a good thing. So now I also open the iOS. I do open the iOS, explore, voila. So nothing appears here. That's a very interesting thing. So now I'm gonna also pass in the style, content platform style. Yeah, why not? Oh, wait, something actually happened here. So I'm gonna do the flex with 1, and I'm gonna add justify center. That's a button.
It's very interesting.
Oh, right, because you can write. There is Kotlin implementation in Swift now.
Right, go back to your code editor. Like, where are you importing this button from? Like, go up to where you import.
Yeah, that's SwiftUI.
SwiftUI. So, and that's rendering. That's rendering on Android.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Because Android, I feel like Android has also support for Swift.
What?
At least that's what I kind of remember hearing somewhere one day. So let me also add some paddings.
I'd be super. It's gone. It's
yeah,
gone.
it's gone. So there,
I think it's just glitching out.
maybe. So I'm gonna also add one more view here. Also flex, and not just 4. Come on, I'm gonna do padding top like 60. Oh, wait, what? I refreshed everything. Now everything's gone. Okay, what am I doing wrong here, Luke?
Don't wrap the host in those views. I think you're not supposed to. I think it's supposed to be top level. So just remove those views. And
so is it? So wait. So host cannot be. So I cannot interlay them.
It's a guess. But I think
Oh.
you need to put host top level.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would try. Then put the view around the button.
I'm gonna padding top 60.
Are you supposed to put styles on the host? Like, could this maybe be why this is glitching out on Android? Because you're adding a style object to the host. Like, I wonder what would happen if you take that same style object from the host and you put it as a view inside the host. You know, I think it's glitching out styles to the host.
But, oh, yeah, sorry, the iOS crashed right away.
Remove the styles from the host completely, like that style object on the host. Like,
and now I'm gonna run the iOS back. Now it's crashing.
It's crashing with the view inside of the.
Yes. It looks like I cannot. And the. Yeah, that's so weird. Okay.
Wait, this is because I guess it's because you can't mix them. I think you
looks
need to
like
use,
it, yeah.
I think you need to use like complete SwiftUI inside the host. So this is probably why it's glitching. So instead of trying to style it with React Native on the host, use a SwiftUI.
But that's a correct thing. I'm doing this straight from the docs.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah, they have host style and they pass in the style from Flex.
Oh yeah, they do. They pass in Flex into the.
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna try the color picker because I'm kind of curious. So I have the color picker here. Sorry, Ryan asked what's the host component, and I have no clue, but I believe it would be something that basically mounts the native page, and that's it. So after the button, I'm gonna add the color picker.
Essentially, the host component, you can think of it like if you've got like a canvas in Skia or something, it's like that top level canvas which allows you to put the SwiftUI components in that host. What it does, I'm not 100% sure on the details of what it actually does, but it essentially is just so you can use SwiftUI inside that host component. You can't put SwiftUI outside of this host component. You need to put it in this host component. So, yeah. It seems like the way you're going to have to like use SwiftUI and design this is wherever you want to use SwiftUI, you wrap it with a host component, because you can't mix and match it.
But wait, so what happens if I also put it inside the view? Because it has to be rendered somewhere. So if I would put this in a view, and now I want to just add just an empty view. Just a single empty view. I don't cross it. I don't match it.
I think that'll be okay.
With the host, with the host having styles of itself, so it should take half of the space, right?
Yeah.
And it does. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like a box where you can render your SwiftUI in.
So I'm gonna put some background color for us. Oh, okay. So a regular color that we chose. And yeah, sorry, because I need to also add the width and height to 100%. No. Okay, I'm gonna do width and height here, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. So
But
so
now-
below you've got like your SwiftUI rendering, and above you've got your normal vanilla type of React Native.
But it still doesn't work. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
the way you style these SwiftUI components is you use something called YStack and XStack.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. So like to do layout type stuff, you want to use like YStack, XStack, and those YStack, XStack have modifiers, which basically allow you to kind of change the spacing, change the alignment. They've got prop modifiers.
So it still requires you to know Swift a little bit at least, but you can see that clicks work, and
It requires to know modifiers, so, and which you can read on the docs. Like H stack essentially means like horizontal stack, stack things horizontally. Y stack means stack things vertically.
VStack.
Yeah, I don't know if they've got a V stack. They might do. Yeah, they've got
that's a VStack, and there is
Yeah,
also a Z stack if you want to like have two stacks overlay each other.
Sorry, yeah, the Z stack, yeah, and V stack obviously is the vertical alignment.
So that's a host for. But see the. So did you try match contents prop for host? I didn't. So what is that? Match contents, and it does, when true, the host view will update its size in the React Native View 3 to match the contents layout from SwiftUI. It can't be set on mount. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh that.
I think this is more of you're styling the host. So if you took the style off to kind of
Yeah. So what's interesting now is that the Android is still crashing, so we cannot really just easily mix and match those. So I would assume that we actually have to just use platform. And oh my, I hope it's not annoying for you, but I always notice that I behave like a parrot. So if I talk with someone who has a specific accent, I subconsciously try to replicate that accent.
You're good.
And I hope it's not annoying.
No, not at all.
Yeah, if iOS, then this, and otherwise, and I'm gonna call this host Swift host. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, host as Swift host. See, that's why I sometimes hate those AI enhanced IDEs, because it thinks that it knows better. And now I need host as Jetpack host from Jetpack UI or web. No. So just Jetpack UI.
I don't.
It cannot find the module, so let me quickly check the module. So it's Expo UI, Jetpack Compose overview, and it's Jetpack Compose. Okay. So otherwise, we use Jetpack host with close this. And Jetpack host requires, let's start also with the button. And this would, see, that's why I would use two separate files.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be interesting to see how this manifests across code bases in terms of like organization level of how you manage your UI. component interfaces, stuff like that.
Okay, so I have Swift button, Swift button, and here I have Jetpack button.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saved. Okay, saved on press. It doesn't like on press. But wait, why?
It's on click.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I took it straight from the docs.
Yeah.
I just copy and pasted it from the docs. But anyways, let me refresh everything. Open up the Android again. Huh. Wait. Android. Too many screens defined? What? Wait. Something's really weird here. Okay, I'm closing everything on Android. And now I'm trying to open the Experiments app. Okay, now it opened.
There you go.
And that's a button. So, oh wow! So it actually had the same behavior with the Swift button.
Yeah. It's also important to note, just for viewers as well, if you go back to the code here, the way you style SwiftUI and Jetpack Compose in terms of layout styling is different. So where SwiftUI has like Y stack, H stack, Z stack, Jetpack Compose has something called box. If you're familiar with Material UI, you'll know that like Google enjoy using this like box terminology for like how you style different sections of your app. So box has like some stuff which allows you to kind of align things. I don't know the full API list, but
what? I think I messed it up. Wait, because it says that it doesn't like that it's, oh, it has to have Jetpack text. Okay, yeah, sorry. Now it works. Okay. And also, let's see if Jetpack has a color picker or anything like this.
and then you also use modifiers as well. The modifier API is different for like doing padding and everything like that. So it is going to be like two very different sets of UIs between patterns between SwiftUI and Jetpack Compose, React Native code, because the actual props are different. The modifiers, the way you use the modifiers are different. Yeah.
So looks like Jetpack Compose doesn't have any color picker, which is kind of annoying. But so what? I think there is no need. Like it's not a Swift UI, Expo UI masterclass. So it doesn't make sense for us to go through all of the possible buttons and all of the possible components. But overall, I feel like that's a good thing because usually, if you like Lucas, Lucas actually is a different name or
Whatever you want, Lucas.
Hey, I'm gonna go with Luke. So, what would you do if you would like to have this here inside your React Native app?
You mean a color picker like that?
Yes, exactly this one.
Well, I mean, this is great because have you seen just the platform capabilities of that color picker and the feature richness? I don't think there's a React Native library out there. I mean, there is some good ones which do color picking, but at this extent, which is going to offer the same color picker at the same low level. And we're not just talking about like feature parity here. We're talking about like if you were to build a color picker in React Native, you're talking a lot of JavaScript code, like something like that, which has to be maintained. There has to be issues related to that. There'll be bugs. Here you're using directly a platform one made by Apple. So it's one which is highly tested by millions and millions of users. You know, there's no, I have no like qualms about, is the color picker going to break in our app? You know, if I'm using the SwiftUI color picker here. And just from like looking at it from an empirical standpoint, have you seen the speed of this color picker, the fluidity in which it opens, and you can manipulate it? This is the
I mean, it kind of glitches, but I think it's because of the screen sharing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is a great thing to put in your app and build. This is like exactly why Expo went down this route of SwiftUI, because there's a lot of UI elements on both platforms which are very well built and also already UX verified, and users know how to use them, and they're encountering them a lot through their journey with that product, as iPhone or Android. So this is like a no-brainer to pull in SwiftUI and use this.
So overall, like what I meant is that if you would want to have this exact thing, you would go down to the native, right? You would expose it as a module for you to use, and you would have to basically somehow integrate all of that, and you would still might not have the same like reactiveness because you would need to pass the color through the props, and there might be some jank and some weird behavior because it would be still controlled by JS. But so instead of doing your own library to expose the color picker for yourself, you can just plop in the host and just use the Swift basically right away, just straight up in your app. And the upside is that I believe it removed quite a bit of new libraries and a bunch of need to maintain libraries that expose this like low-level stuff for you, like buttons, and like voila, you have a button. You don't need to now make a library that exposes for you a native button. You just have a button, right?
Yeah.
So that's a great thing, but I'm always a negative Nancy on the streams, and I need to point out a couple of annoying parts. And it is annoying for now. Maybe it will improve. Dennis said, I'm thinking it could be a problem if native UI components use native settings like theme, colors, or fonts, but React Native doesn't react to these native settings to use on fonts. Yes, so that's a one point, very, very good point. Maybe we need to use modifiers in this case additionally. So one of those things that it will be quite complex to now integrate everything, because the difference between native components and React Native components, it was also always visible and it was always there. Now it's going to be much more visible, much more exposed. And as much as I love having access to native components just right away, I see, like, this is a simple case. Here we have a great color picker straight up into native. Jetpack Compose doesn't have it. So if I would like to implement, I would still need to import and implement it in React. So I have only one platform that now supports it, and it works better on that platform, right? So I'm really, really not sure. I honestly believe that it would be much better. And I know it might sound weird because I'm from Callstack and we have React Native paper, but if you have one library written entirely in JS with reanimated and other those top-notch libraries that allow you to have smooth, nice-looking components, you can write components that look the same everywhere. So I would be able to create a component like that using only reanimated, and this component would look exactly the same on Android. But I would need to maintain it. how to keep up with this. You need to work. There will be plenty of bugs, of cases, issues. So I don't know. It's exciting. It's cool. It's fun. I like it. It's not perfect yet. Oh, actually, one very great thing that I need to point out. If this will catch on and people will start writing components like this with separate implementations for Swift and for iOS, for Swift and for Android, developers will much better understand the limitations of both platforms, and I believe it will propagate towards having developers with better understanding of how Kotlin and Swift work under the hood. So I still think it's a great, even if you won't use it in your projects, I would recommend to play around with that, because VStack and this looks almost like you would take it out from the Swift file. There, maybe without the host, but there is a stack, there is a button, there is picker. Semantics differ a bit, but it's similar or even the same structure. So yeah, hopefully it will be much easier to set up. Hopefully in the future it will be also much easier to integrate. Because I feel like it's lack of documentation, testing, experiments. So I assume that in upcoming weeks, Expo team will see a huge uptick in issues and problems and stuff to fix. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy that we played around with this, because I feel like, look what you said, this kind of shows us a small sneak peek into how future React will look like.
Yeah, potentially, if people start using this for their apps. And I'm looking forward to see what people build with React Native and SwiftUI and Jetpack Compose. I remember when SwiftUI came out, there was a lot of backlash about all the apps are going to look generic. But there was a great comment, which I'll always remember, and it was someone said, at least it makes the bar higher for the user experience, because you get a lot of these components out of the box, where instead of you building a color picker and you having to research that color picker and then test that with your users and it's got bugs in, you just use the one which users are already used to, So I'm hoping that we can build more predictable experiences with Swift Expo UI, and also much more platform-centric experience as well to on other platforms. And I'm excited to see what people build.
Yeah, I'm honestly curious, because there are a couple of smaller applications I have in the back of my head to write and prepare, and maybe I'll actually write them with those composed and then swifted up elements, just out of curiosity. So no promises. But yeah, I think that we can slowly wrap it up. Guys, in the comments section, if you are... Oh, did I break it? Should I use the... Oh, it worked. Great. So if you'd like to see a more deep dive into those components and to understand limitations, let us know, because we would be, I guess, open to make a masterclass in Expo UI, and not just overview on how to set it up and how it looks like, how it works. But other than that, let me quickly look at the... Where is that? Lo-fi. Yes, the lo-fi music for a small outro. So, look, thank you so much for joining us. As always, you have open-ended, never-ending invitation for future streams. So feel invited if you would like to share something or present something. I'm actually very happy for a small change of pace to look at other newsletter. So guys, check out Luke's newsletter with React Native Rewind.
That's it. The React Native Rewind. If you like to laugh, if you like fun memes, we make a lot of memes.
But it actually looks like a very nice read. Like if I would read through that, there is it's very focused on a couple of specific things. I feel like it's one of those newsletters that after reading you can feel like you actually learned something new, and not just skim through entire landscape. So it's like it's kind of like apples to oranges, because all of those newsletters have different approach and different aim and different goal. But nonetheless, look, that's a great newsletter. Great job. I'm very happy to have you here today with us. And with that, Ryan says that he would like to see more. So maybe in the future we'll do a deeper dive once Expo actually figures out those issues and smooths out the experience, and we could prepare something. Maybe we'll learn something more as well. Dennis, it was a pleasure. Thank you for being a part of the stream. And with that being said, I will not take any more of your Thursday. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Luke, again, thank you so much for participating. Check out React Native Rewind. And with that being said, bye-bye.
Bye.